Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this video, I wanted to remind you that my website is listed in the description box below for if you wanted to book coaching calls or tarot readings. Now let's head into this video. This video might be long, so grab a drink or a snack because we might be here for a while. I really want this video to motivate you, but also to give you that peace of mind to know that even if you don't feel 100% confident, you can always build it by walking this journey, and that you do not have to ever be in this position of feeling like you can't build confidence or that you have to do all these XYZ things in order to be confident. Like, you don't. You can walk your own unique path and your own unique journey to building faith in yourself and developing that strong confidence within yourself. Be sure to comment down below and let me know, add your thoughts to this conversation, because I want this to be like an open conversation about confidence and about building confidence. Today, before filming this video, I was really in such a state of doubt, that I've not been in for a very long time when filming videos. I'm trying to film a video about confidence and I was like, do I know everything? Am I even capable of talking about this subject? And just so many things that came up that I was moving through, and I was like, this is actually kind of interesting because it speaks so well to confidence, where it's even if I don't know everything, even if there's things that I might miss or things that I'm still learning and uncovering on my journey, I have overcome the lack of confidence. I have developed confidence within myself, truly. So yes, I can speak about this, but it's I had to remind myself of that. I almost felt like it was a message from spirit to bring that to you guys, to be even if you feel doubt or even if you don't feel 100% confident, you can still build that confidence. You can still do the thing, and through that journey of doing whatever it is that you don't feel confident in, you can still build up your confidence. So anyways, the first part of this video, I wanted to talk about why it's important to build inner confidence and not so much focus on the external, because I've noticed that there's a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about building confidence and give you tips and stuff, and a lot of it is very externally focused, very materially focused. And while I'm not saying that can't help you, because obviously we are here living a material life, so the material realm and the external world is definitely important. It certainly has an impact. But what I have found to truly create confidence and build confidence in yourself, to the point where it's you know that even if you're not confident in something, you're not going to allow that lack of confidence to hold you back. That type of confidence is an inner confidence, an inner knowing. And one of the things one of the quotes that I love, or the saying, I guess, that I love, is that confidence equals not being afraid to get things wrong. True confidence is not being afraid to get things wrong. We're never going to get everything right, but knowing that and having that faith in ourselves, that, you know what, even if we get something wrong, we can make amends, or we can fix it, or try to work through that situation and make it right, or to get it right, or to learn and to grow. We have that much faith in ourselves, and that, I believe, is true confidence, is having that faith in yourself to know that even if you mess up, even if you don't get it right the first time, even if things don't work out perfectly, or things maybe aren't how you imagine them, you still have faith in yourself to know that you can get it right, that you will walk that journey, you will learn whatever you need to learn, and you will grow and get it right, or that you can make amends. You have that faith in yourself, because confidence really does boil down to having faith in yourself. And if you lack faith in yourself, then you're likely going to lack confidence in yourself. And the other reason why I don't like to focus too much on the external is because I feel it creates a surface level confidence, and surface level confidence can be shattered very easily. But a deep-rooted confidence, that deep-rooted faith in yourself is so much more difficult to shatter and to break. And even if that happens, because of that deep-rooted faith in yourself, you can build it back up far easier than if it was just a surface level confidence. So like you dressing well, putting yourself together well, or having all these list of accolades. You know, those are great things, and you should definitely strive for that if that's what you want. But again, those create surface level confidence and not a true deep inner confidence. One thing I really feel called to mention is that building inner confidence is a journey that doesn't happen overnight. It requires a good deal of inner work and time, really, like just dedicating that time to building that faith and that confidence within yourself. So it's okay if you don't have that confidence within yourself right now to do whatever it is that you want to do, or just to have that belief and faith in yourself. That's okay. And it's okay if after watching this video, you're not gonna walk out of the room or get up and automatically feel confident. Like, that's okay too, because again, it's a journey and it takes time. And for some people, it might happen quicker, and for others, it might happen less quickly, just depending on your life situations, where you're at currently. All of those things factor in. But ultimately, it is a journey. It requires inner work. And no matter how long that journey takes, remaining focused on that building of confidence and building and faith in yourself will ultimately lead you to a point of finally realizing that actually I am confident in myself. Even the most confident people have moments of feeling not confident or doubting themselves. Something that I've learned on my journey is like, just focus on whatever you need to do in this moment to build that confidence. What is that next step that you need to do? What is that one little thing to help you? You know, just focus on taking one step at a time through this journey of building confidence. When you just focus on the external, it creates an illusion of confidence. And it is my belief that that illusion doesn't actually serve you. It may seem like it helps you. Maybe it helps you get that job. Maybe it helps you in your interactions with people. But ultimately, it creates this seed of doubt, because it's like you almost feel imposter syndrome, because you're putting on this front, you're putting on this illusion of being a confident person, but internally you don't feel confident. So that's why I think it's so much more important to focus on the internal confidence, on building up inner confidence and building faith in yourself. And the last thing I wanted to add before I move into the tips to help you build that inner confidence, and I also have a few things to say of things that can hurt your confidence, is about affirmations. Now, you guys probably know by now that I love affirmations. I really do think they are powerful and they can help to shift your perspective and your mind in so many ways. However, when it comes to things like this, like confidence and faith in yourself, affirmations can only do so much. Just saying, I am confident 100 times is not really going to build that confidence. But what it can do is shift your mind to start to walk that path of building confidence. So it can bring up triggers, it can bring up shadow work that you need to do, other inner work that you need to do. It can bring all these things to the surface because now you're bringing it to your attention. And so through that, by bringing it up like that and bringing those things to your attention and to your awareness, you can then deal with those triggers, whatever pops up, and that can be part of your journey to building inner confidence. But just saying the affirmations alone is not really going to do much. It has a very little or very small impact. In my last video, I also mentioned how good committing to the right things, committing to things that help you, can help boost your confidence. And that is really important, because when you commit to the right thing, you're not tearing yourself down. You're building trust in yourself. And through building trust in yourself, you build confidence. All right, so now let's get into the tips on how you can truly build lasting inner confidence. I want to also add that like all of this is coming from a place of love, like from my heart, because I really feel like when you start to have faith and confidence in yourself, your life really does change because you take on more. You're like, you actually take those risks, you go after the things that you want, you feel worthy. It boosts your worthiness too. You realize that you are worthy of living a great life. And so some of these might sound a little, not harsh, but like a little to the point and direct. But the reason they're like that is because, again, like I really want you to have these tools to help you so that you can move through life with that deep faith and confidence in yourself, and you can live your best life. Like that's always my intentions with all of this, is like I want everybody to live their best life, because what else is the point of being on this earth, living this 3D experience, if we're not living it in the best way possible for us, if we're not getting the most out of this life? Then there's just no point. Like if we're not fulfilled and we're just kind of going through the motions, it's kind of like dull. So you might as well get the most out of life that you can. That's my real intention. So I hope that these don't come out so harsh, but like I'm just gonna say it how I got it. The first thing I want to start with, just to kind of like, not to get it out of the way, but it is an external thing. It's kind of both. It's external and internal, but anyways, it's putting in effort. Because you're putting in effort, you're gonna see the outcome of it externally a lot quicker. It's a more instant gratification sort of thing. So even though I mentioned like most of these are going to be internal based, I don't really enjoy putting too much emphasis on the external. I do recognize that the external is still important. We do live in a material world. We have to recognize that external is important. And if you show up not your best and you don't put in effort into your external appearance, the work that you do, then you're not going to feel your best, and that isn't going to help your confidence either. Putting in effort into yourself, so that could be like with exercise, with your diet, with any habits and things you want to create for yourself to help you feel good, to help uplift you. That's obviously like one of the biggest ways you can start. Like it's a very, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's something you can do like right now. You can make that shift to slowly start to put in more effort, you know, into your life, into the things that you do, into the projects that you take on, into your work, into anything, right? Like I've worked in the service industry for so long, and for so many years I would literally not show up as my best. I just didn't care. And when I started to take the effort I put into the work I'm doing more seriously, I started to take myself more seriously. My confidence boosted because I was like, I actually care about how I show up. I care to put in the effort. Even if nobody else notices, even if nobody else cares, I care because this is the work that I'm doing and I want it to be my best work. So yeah, definitely putting in effort. Increasing the effort you put in, not increasing it to your detriment and overworking yourself, but increasing it in a way to just make you feel a little bit better about the work you're doing, how you look, how you feel. The second thing, hello from my future editing self, I wanted to quickly add this point. And this is a really, really important point, and that is to set the intention and ask God, the universe, spirit, or whatever higher power you believe in to help guide you along this path and journey to building inner confidence. By setting the intention and asking for this guidance, all the steps will be presented to you. And setting intentions in general is really, really powerful. So yeah, setting the intention and asking for that guidance, like everything will be shown to you. Now let's jump back into the video. Is to do what you say you're going to do. So if you tell yourself, it really is important with yourself, but anybody really, if you tell yourself you're going to do something, if you tell somebody else you're going to do something, now unless there's like a actual situation that comes up and you for whatever reason can't do it, then, you know, letting that person know or just being okay with it for yourself. That aside, if you say you're going to do something, let's say you tell yourself that every morning you're going to get up and you're going to exercise, then you need to start doing that. Even if it's difficult, do it for a week. Maybe don't make such a big proclamation to yourself. Start off small so it's things that you can keep and you know that you're going to be able to accomplish it. But do what you say you're going to do. If you tell yourself that you're going to stop scrolling on your phone, or you're going to delete a social media app because you're spending way too many hours on it, then do it. Because if you don't do it, what you're basically training your mind to believe is that we say things, but we're not serious about it. It's okay not to take us seriously. We may say something, but we're not actually going to follow up on it. And that's not building confidence in yourself. So again, do what you say you're going to do. And piggybacking off of that, make and keep commitments to yourself. It is incredibly important to keep the commitments you make to yourself. Now, obviously, you can't always keep 100% of the commitments you make to yourself. Sometimes you make commitments that you realize actually it wasn't good for me, I don't like it. But in those situations, it's okay to let it go. On a more generally speaking, the vast majority of the commitments you make to yourself, you should keep, because in keeping them, you're again building that confidence, because you're starting to know that you can trust yourself, you can rely on yourself, you build that faith within yourself. Now, this one is huge, so important, and I don't feel like it's talked about enough, and that is being honest with yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. It does not build your confidence. And, I say this as somebody who used to constantly lie to herself and was never honest with herself. And I knew I wasn't being honest with myself. And that would shatter my confidence, because it's like, how could I reasonably expect anybody to believe me and have faith in me if I didn't have faith in me? If I couldn't even be honest with myself that, okay, this relationship clearly isn't working. Obviously, I'm not doing the right thing here. I am hurting myself. Like, trying to sugarcoat it and trying to lie to yourself and avoid just accepting the truth and being honest with yourself puts you in such a bad position in terms of the faith that you have with yourself. Because it's like, you're lying to yourself. You're not being honest. And then how can you build faith in yourself when you're not being honest to yourself? And that's the reason why when it comes to affirmations too, I feel like it's better to start off with affirmations that say you're walking down that path, or you're starting to build this confidence. You're starting to do whatever, like, let's say the affirmation is, I'm open to abundance. And at the moment, you don't feel very open to abundance. In fact, you feel the exact opposite of that. Instead of being like, I'm open to abundance, working them in a way or saying them in a way to help you not create that inner conflict. It's like something more believable. Like, yeah, I can believe that I am starting this journey. I am starting to be more open to abundance. I'm not there yet, but that's okay, because I'm walking that path. I'm starting that journey. And that's something more believable to you, and that's not going to break your confidence with yourself. You're not going to break faith with yourself. You're like, no, I'm actually doing this. I hope that's making sense. It's very important to be honest with yourself. And this one is huge. You really do have to have faith. I mean, you really have to be honest with yourself, and you cannot lie to yourself. Like, that's very important. And honestly, we all tell white lies every so often. I don't know anybody in this world who has not said a lie. Not that I know everybody in the world, but everybody I've come across at one point or another has said a lie. It's a pretty common thing. But I would say, be mindful of that when it comes to yourself and being honest with yourself. And try your best to not lie to yourself, because you know it. Like, even if you're telling lies outside, you internally know when it's a lie. And if you're lying to yourself, it's like, it's a messy situation. This last point, I find it to be just as important as the other one of not lying to yourself, and that is holding space for you. Holding space to embrace all of you. holding space to accept all of you, because part of confidence and part of that journey to building inner confidence, or that journey of building inner confidence, is coming to accept you as who you are, coming to accept the truth of who you are, your authentic self, your inner self, accepting your journey thus far, accepting you, like everything that makes up you. And so holding space for that, for who you are, even if at the moment you may not necessarily like who you are or like where you're at, you're gonna have to live your entire life with you. So at some point, instead of fighting constantly with yourself, it becomes almost easier to just accept yourself. Like, you are who you are, and just accept that. And again, I'm not saying that that's an easy thing to do, and it's not gonna like, oh yeah, I just accept me and it happens like overnight. No, but like, it's a journey as well. And so part of this journey of building inner confidence is coming to accept yourself. And however you go about taking the steps to embracing and holding space for all of you and accepting you, like however that happens, it's a very important part of building confidence. Like, embracing our flaws is incredibly important, because once you embrace your flaws, another person can't tear you down because of them. It's like, oh yeah, I know I have this flaw and I can work on it, but you can't impact me. It's not going to shatter my confidence because you're seeing my flaw. The thing that's coming up to me right now is, for myself, in my past, I made choices that I very much don't align with now. Drinking, partying, doing drugs, like those things are not things I align with anymore. And yet they're part of my past. And for a very long time, once I was starting to distance myself from that and trying to work on myself and heal and move through this spiritual journey, I tried to completely ignore it. And anytime somebody brought it up, or anytime somebody tried to use it in a way to like remind me of who I was or who they wanted me to be, I would get triggered, and it would break my confidence within me, because I was like, but I actually did do those things. And how can I be this person that I want to be when I have this as my past? That's how I used to see it. But over time, I came to this place of starting to accept it. Like, yeah, I did do those things, and it brought me here. So while it wasn't exactly great to do those things, and I wouldn't do it again, I can hold space and accept that it did happen. And I went through that journey, and for better or worse, I'm here now, and it's helped me in so many ways. So now, when people try to, which it doesn't actually happen anymore very often, but when it does, because of the fact that I've come to accept it, I've come to hold space and embrace that part of me, that past part of me, and understand that like, I don't have to be that person anymore, but that did happen. Because I've come to this place of accepting that, it doesn't hurt me anymore if people try to throw that back in my face. It doesn't impact my confidence at all. Like, I fully accept it. And when those situations happen and those people try to throw it back in my face, all it does is like, yeah, that was something I did in my past. It's just a stark difference where at one point I was trying to push it away, so whenever somebody did that, it would immediately trigger me. Whereas now, because I've come to accept it, and I've been on this journey of accepting all of me, all parts of me, all of my life, it doesn't hurt. Like, it doesn't impact me, because I'm like, yeah, that actually, yes, like that's true. But I'm here right now, and that's not the choices I'm making now. So yeah, this is really important, I feel like. And these are like the deeper inner work type things, this point and the last point especially. Like, these are like when you start to really get deep into your inner work journey, these things come up, where it's like not lying to yourself and being honest with yourself, and holding space and accepting yourself. Because those two things, once you get to a place of being able to do that, you'll realize that naturally you feel a lot more confident in yourself. You have more faith in yourself. Even if you feel unconfident in some things or feel a lack of confidence in some things, you ultimately know that you can still walk that path, and that you still have faith enough in yourself to be like, that's okay. I don't have to be 100% confident all the time. Like, I can still move through this life and have the experiences that I want and live a fulfilling life, even if I'm not 110% confident in myself. The one thing that can really break your confidence or hurt your confidence that I've found, outside of just of the point of lying to yourself, is overthinking. Overthinking is truly kill your confidence type of thing. You can start to create so many scenarios in your head that aren't even true, that literally may not ever happen, but it psychs yourself into like this place of fear. When you catch yourself overthinking, try to bring yourself back to a place of like reminding yourself that, okay, how many of these scenarios are actually likely to happen? How many of these things that I'm thinking about right now are actually going to happen? And even if they do, I think it's important to remind yourself, like, even if these things do happen, I will probably still be okay. Like, I will still get through it. Like, think about all the situations that have happened in your life so far and how much you've already overcome, and allow that to help you in those moments where overthinking might happen, in being like, okay, I've already overcome so much. So even if these scenarios, which are unlikely to happen, do end up happening, I will be fine. I will be able to overcome it. And even if I am not overcoming it 100%, or it's not super easy, like, I will still be able to move through. Like, I have overcome so much in my life. I will be able to overcome this too. And that's kind of like an affirmation. But yeah, like reminding yourself that you can. Because honestly, overthinking happens to everybody, you know? And yeah, there's been so many times in my life where I've sat there overthinking something and nothing of what I thought about actually happened. So I was just like in fear for no reason. Because that's what it really creates, is fear. And where fear lives, it's hard for confidence to thrive. Okay, so now for these questions. The first thing is to ask yourself, what areas of your life are you lacking confidence in? And what areas of your life are you confident in? And then explore the areas where you feel this lack of confidence. What's causing that lack of confidence? Where is that lack of confidence coming from? Like, try to get to the root of it. If, for example, it's a lack of confidence, like, I'll just give my example. When it came to public speaking, like in a classroom, in front of a bunch of people, like, I never had any issues with that. I've actually, surprisingly, been completely okay with speaking in front of people, because I always knew, even if I didn't remember what I was supposed to be like reporting on or what I'm supposed to be talking about, and like even if I forgot to make my notes, because I was the type of kid who didn't really do my homework, so even if I forgot to take my notes, I just knew that I would be able to talk my way out of it. And so that's exactly what I did. It was never a thing. But when it came to filming YouTube videos, all of a sudden, it was so difficult for me, and it never made sense to me why. Like, why is it any different? In fact, there's nobody here. It's just me and the camera. Like, that's it. So this should be even easier. Like, I didn't see why I would not feel confident talking in front of a camera when there's nobody else here. But all of a sudden, in front of a room, a bunch of people, I didn't care. Like, I could get up there and do whatever I needed to do and move on. Even if I forgot my notes or didn't take any notes or just had to speak from my mind, like, somehow that was easier than this. So I completely didn't have confidence when it came to recording and filming YouTube videos and speaking in front of the camera. And even when I was like even for my tarot readings, it's like spirit would give me messages, and it was so hard for me to like say them because I would get nervous, and I would not have that confidence in myself. And that's just been like another journey that I had to go through. You know, it's been what, like 3 years now since I've been doing this off and on. But yeah, like that was a journey that I had to go through in building that confidence. In order to do that, I had to ask myself, like, what was it? You know, and when it came to public speaking, I realized that it's because I had people there and I was getting instant feedback. Plus, it's just like one instant, you know, it's not being recorded. It's not going to be there forever. Like, it's just that one instant, and most of the time you end up forgetting about it. But when it came to YouTube, it's like you're posting this. The people are going to see this whenever, you know, it's going to be, it's like, it's almost permanent. Not really, but like it kind of is, you know, so there really isn't like a taking it back, although you could just delete the video, but you know, it's harder because you're not getting that instant feedback. So when I realized that, I was like, it started to open more doors, and I was like, it makes sense, you know, and I just started to explore the roots of that. Then fears of judgment came up, fear of being seen, like so many fears came up as I started to dive deeper into this root. And so that's kind of what you have to do with whatever you're not feeling confident in and what you do feel confident in. Come to the roots of those things and start asking yourself questions to explore and understand where this is coming from and how you can go about it. Because the next thing is like, so then what do you need to do in order to build confidence in this area? And like an example of that is, let's say you don't feel safe. Like maybe when you go someplace by yourself, you don't feel safe. In that case, maybe one of the things that you can do to help build confidence is take self-defense classes, you know, learn how to defend yourself. When you journal, it'll come to you of what you need to do in order to build that confidence. Second question is, has something shattered your confidence? And if so, what? Is it an event, maybe a person, maybe a relationship that you had, you know? For example, if you were in a romantic relationship, maybe it was a very unhealthy, toxic romantic relationship, and that person constantly put you down and broke your confidence and kind of shattered your self-esteem and your self-worth. Like exploring that. This is like a bit of deeper inner work, like starting to explore that, starting to make peace with that and heal that, so that you can kind of move away from that situation, so you're not still being held back by it and still living in that situation, you know, because your confidence is still being impacted by that situation or person or whatever it was. The next question I got is, how can I hold space for myself so even if I'm not feeling confident, I can have faith that I will get through this moment, or I'll be able to move through this moment? What do I need in order to hold space for myself? What do I need to let go of to create that space? And what do I need for myself to feel accepted? What do I need to do in order to accept myself? Now that could be a really deep question, a really deep journal prompt, and there might be a lot of things that come up there, but like asking yourself essentially, what do you need in order to feel accepted by yourself, in order to feel like you can hold space for yourself? And if you want more affirmations or journaling prompts, be sure to check out my Instagram. I'll link it. It's all going to be linked down below. Thank you if you made it to the end of this video, and I really do hope that this helps you start building your inner confidence and really living your most fulfilling life. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I'll catch you in another video. Bye.